3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone. We are here on time. It's Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith. We are Ring Talk. WWE Ring Talk.
We are Ring Talk.
We are the Ring Talk.
We're it.
We're the true Ring Talk.
Anybody out there tells you differently, they're wrong.
Right. And we're going to start out with the punishment.
Well, no, let's do that after we go over Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Because we'll go after.
Okay, fine.
We'll go from there.
Fine.
All right, but let's just go over the SmackDown before
real quick.
Main thing I want to talk about is the CM Punk calling out Kevin Owens. This is what I want to talk about. A rivalry people are expecting to see this year.
Yeah.
A match people are very much looking forward to.
I mean, Kevin Owens, he could pull off great matches.
Yeah, and Kevin Owens, he's been vocal. He's had his issues with Punk in the past in life. And it seems like maybe that's not resolved quite yet.
Sure, they don't think it is.
No. But, yeah, CM Punk obviously doesn't appreciate what Kevin Owens has been doing to Cody Rhodes.
Fair enough.
Kevin Owens doesn't appreciate what CM Punk's been doing, teaming up with, Roman Reigns.
Fair enough.
So, clearly, they got some beef.
Fair enough.
That's all I got to say about that.
Fair enough. Let's get to the Rumble. Do you like my Xavier Woods?
Is that he always does that?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's him. No one else does it.
Right.
So that's the whole reason he does it. Is so you think of him.
So
that's the whole reason he does it. Is so that he stands out.
I want to go and pay homage to Xavier Woods. Then.
Are you saying that New Day rocks?
New Day rocks.
Oh.
I mean, they rocked Rey Mysterio
on Raw. They did.
What'd you think? Definitely without any help.
What'd you think about their new music?
Oh, I like it.
I actually kind of dig it.
I digged it. We can't keep the old song.
It's too.
I'm so glad we got a heel New Day song.
And at first they were a little slow, but now they're starting to win. They're getting some steam.
I mean, if they got to win the way they win, then
hey, winning's winning.
Winning is winning. Logan Paul did not give them the win.
No.
I don't care what anyone says.
Jimmy Uso defeated Carmelo Hayes.
Yep.
Michin defeated Chelsea Green via disqualification in a United States Championship match.
Yeah.
So that means Chelsea Green is still your women's United States
champion.
We pledge allegiance to the women's United States champion, Chelsea Green.
Okay.
LA Knight came out to help Damian Priest contend with Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga.
Right.
Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza, an interesting pairing between the two teams, defeated DIY and Pretty Deadly in an 8-man tag team match. DIY was not happy with Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly's like, you're on your own come Saturday.
Yeah.
Naomi defeated Liv Morgan, a huge win for Naomi. Andrade defeated The Miz. Nia Jax ambushed Tiffany Stratton, so we are going to get this match, I would assume, at Elimination Chamber.
That's what I was thinking, because
I think we're gonna. I think right now we are in the Tiffany Stratton Nia Jax rivalry.
Yeah,
we're cooking to next.
I definitely don't think that this should be the WrestleMania match.
No, and I don't. I'll tell you what I think about WrestleMania.
Yeah, right. Because we still need to talk about the Rumble.
Damian Priest and LA Knight defeated Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga in the main event.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a quick little rundown of SmackDown. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of everything.
I mean,
the Royal Rumble.
Biggest
Royal Rumble in history? Maybe.
I mean, definitely the most attended.
It brought the money.
It definitely brought them the money.
It brought the money. The night kicked off with the Women's Royal Rumble.
That we were both right about the winner.
Yep. Charlotte Flair returned.
And we were also right about Alexa Bliss returning.
Yes. So I'm going to go off all kind of the surprise appearances in the Women's Royal Rumble. So we had Alexa Bliss, probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
She probably got the biggest pop out of anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say.
Her and Charlotte, I say, are pretty close.
Maybe, but then, did you hear the reaction she got on Raw? Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
They were booing her.
She's still a heel.
I think they liked that she was here. It's like, oh, okay. Now it's like, oh, but yeah, she's Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Do we really want her again at WrestleMania winning the title?
We really don't. I don't think that she should win the title. I think that she's safe as where she is right now.
So you think she should not win the title?
Yeah.
Who's she going to go up against?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. A lot of people think...
I know who I want it to be.
A lot of people think that a third round of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair would pull off match of the year already.
And maybe it would. Maybe it would.
And maybe it would. But
man, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton.
That's something that
that's money.
That's the creamed corn that I'm
that's
looking for right now.
Money.
I understand where people are coming from. They want to see a super high quality match.
I'm sure we'll get.
This is my rebuttal.
We'll get Flair and Ripley again down the line.
Yeah, this is my rebuttal. We never gotten this match before. They could do just as well.
Yeah.
And Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, both gimmicks I would love to see in the ring together. Seeing a rivalry together. And I feel like Rhea Ripley can do more someone else.
Yeah. And again, I think we'll get Flair and Ripley again down the line.
And after what happens on Raw, I'll go ahead and talk about who I think will be Rhea Ripley's contender.
But yeah, some of the other appearances, we had NXT Women's Champion Julia show up. Roxanne Perez, who came in at number 2 and set a record for longest woman in a Royal Rumble in history.
And she's also
she was in the final two.
She was
almost forgot about that. Yeah.
So shout out to Roxanne. I feel like we are at a really close point to having her on the main roster.
Yeah. Surely after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She'll be up there.
I think she should definitely be in the Intercontinental and US title picture whenever she gets in there. But, we're seeing a lot of potential out of these ladies.
We also had Lash Legend.
Yeah.
Made a surprise appearance. Jordan Grace, who I think they've announced is officially with the WWE.
Yeah.
Officially. Jordan Grace's time is now.
They did announce that because this was her second Rumble, but her first Rumble with the WWE.
With the WWE.
That's what Michael Cole said.
She will be, I'm assuming, on NXT throughout this next year.
Just for now, yeah. Because I think that people were excited that she was there, but I think we're not at that point yet to where we need to push her to the main roster. Because to be honest, she would fit super well in the women's roster, especially with Roxanne leaving.
She's strong.
Yeah.
We also had Jada Parker in the Rumble. Trish Stratus.
I kind of expected this one, to be honest.
She always kind of shows up, but you still get excited every time she's there.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely excited.
You want that Stratus faction.
She definitely brought the work to Nia Jax.
She brought the work.
She showed that she's still a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. And the woman that came in at number 30,
which
Nikki Bella.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a small part in my brain that thought she was gonna win as soon as she showed up, man.
As much as I love Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And loved having her in the Rumble.
Yeah.
There's one woman
that should have won.
I would have loved to have in the Rumble 100 times more.
Who?
That's AJ Lee. I think everybody was really hoping, because remember when it went to number 30, it had that slight pause right before the music hit, and I was like, AJ Lee, please. Yeah, it was Nikki Bella. As much as I love Nikki Bella, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have AJ Lee.
No, I definitely agree.
Everybody was wanting it, especially because I feel like Punk's been trying to hint at it every now and then, saying oh, I've asked.
I don't know. Maybe next Rumble. Maybe a little sooner than that. Who knows?
Maybe she shows up at WrestleMania and helps Punk win or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
She's got to show up at some point, right?
I think
in some capacity.
She's going to show up sooner rather than later, I'd say.
And you got to think, if Punk has his WrestleMania main event, the thing he's worked towards his whole life. Yeah. Shouldn't his wife be right there by his side, or at least in the audience?
I mean, it depends what this Royal Rumble, this WrestleMania match is going to
look like.
It's going to look like.
It's a little...
I have an idea.
All right.
But I don't know if this is the move. So I'll talk about that after the men's Rumble.
We'll get that.
But
yeah, so that was the women's Royal Rumble. Anything more you want to talk about there? Charlotte Flair?
I'd say it went just as good as you would expect.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't lackluster.
Sometimes the women's Rumble, honestly, I remember last year, I think we even talked about this. How we felt personally the women's Rumble last year outperformed the men's Rumble.
Oh, yeah. I think this Rumble was just as close.
Just as close to last year's or to the men's?
Just as close to the men's.
I think the men's Rumble, the way I feel, did better this year than it did last year. Yeah. In my opinion. Just the way I felt about it.
I think so as well. But we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Moving on to that 2 out of 3 falls tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I'm glad DIY and Motor City Machine Guns got a big PLE to perform on. I am appreciative of that.
Me too. But It was a little lackluster.
A little lackluster?
A little lackluster, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, great match. I don't know. It just wasn't something in there that really got for me.
Did you pick Motor City Machine? I think you picked Motor City Machine Guns to win this match.
Yeah.
I think I picked DIY.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the Street Profits returning? And taking out pretty much both teams, sending a message.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Are they heels? Are they good? They seem more heels.
Well, we know what happens when they try to go heel because everyone still cheers for them.
Everybody loves the Street Profits.
I don't know. I think maybe they should keep this like persona of like being like not the good guys.
Maybe in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. Like they're not acting like the good guys, but they still have the crowd behind their back.
Kind of like Braun Breaker in a way.
Yeah.
He toes the line. He does whatever's good for Braun Breaker.
Right. Braun Breaker is focused on himself. Doesn't care if people like him or not, and I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He is definitely my, like, I guess you could say he's my person that I think is a face in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just because I love him so much.
Next match, the ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens.
This match was very interesting. I actually
Rough.
like this match.
Both men looked rough after this match.
I really thought Sami Zayn was gonna
cost Kevin Owens the match.
And he
didn't. He was just there. He was kind of just there.
He didn't do anything, but he didn't do what Kevin Owens wanted him to do.
No, Kevin Owens wanted Sami to help him win.
And Sami didn't help anyone.
No, he just kind of was there.
We thought he was going to help Cody, but he didn't. But I just want to go and talk about this. Cody snapped during that match.
Bro.
We really saw a lot of heel Cody right there.
I want it so bad.
And after watching that, I now am fully on the heel Cody train.
Dude, I'm telling you, heel Cody Rhodes, I'll tell you this right now, this isn't a prediction. This is a spoiler. It'll be the best work of his career. Look at Roman Reigns. What was his best work? As the tribal chief.
Heel.
As a heel.
Yeah.
That was his best work. Randy Orton, his best work was as a heel.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, you can make an argument. His best work was as a heel.
Dude, Seth Rollins, he could be a heel and I'll still like him.
Yeah.
Kind of like Braun Breaker. I'll still cheer for him as a heel. Mm-hmm. That's how good he is as
Did you see that Alabama slam Cody Rhodes gave at the end to Kevin Owens?
I was going to bring that up.
Folded Kevin in half.
I started worrying for Kevin Owens' life just a tiny bit whenever that happened.
Blood just coming down.
It just looked like it landed on his neck really badly there. But
Cody Rhodes was looking rough too.
Yeah, both of those men looked rough. They said that Cody was injured after that. He wouldn't be able to show up on Raw.
He looked rough.
He did.
He looked real beat up. That's something to take some R&R. Take some time.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the Men's Rumble.
Men's Royal Rumble. I got one word to say. Yeet. Was that cringe? Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. But that's okay because we're white.
But hey, Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Winning the Royal Rumble.
Not
expecting. We did not call this. I almost had a perfect night.
We were
both that
wrong
close
on this one. Tyler was still kind of right because we made a rule of the 2 points if you are second place. Yeah. And that is John Cena.
CM Punk didn't even make it to the final 3.
I'm not going to lie to you. Whenever it was John Cena, Jey Uso, who was the third to last? It was
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. I was like, there's part of my mind I was like, Jey Uso's going to win this. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was a really hard pill for me to swallow.
Doesn't he deserve it, though?
Yes.
Boy, he has worked.
Don't get me wrong. He deserves
worked so hard. The crowd, I mean, you can make the argument that he's the most over babyface in the WWE.
He's definitely, and he's also, with the work that he does and what he did on Raw, it really explained a lot of, like, why he's in the position he is.
Former multi-time tag team champion, former Intercontinental champion.
Right.
Main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm going to go and say this. I did not agree with this decision. I didn't. But I'm not going to hate on this decision. I did. Me and Tyler had a little exchange of words on Snapchat.
Yeah.
I hated this decision at first, but the more I think about it, the more I understand. And in my opinion, this could be anyone's opinion. It doesn't make me any less of a fan or any of you less than a fan if you disagree with me. I just think that there's more better options at the time. But if they can pull this rivalry off between Gunther or Cody Rhodes, probably Gunther.
Most likely Gunther.
If they can pull this off, then
more power to them.
Then I'll let them. I will like it.
Let them.
But just this is the reason I didn't agree with it at first.
Mm-hmm.
We've already got a match between these two guys.
The week before.
Literally the week before. And I'm going to be honest with you, during that match, I wasn't feeling WrestleMania status there. That's my opinion.
Now, I don't... I'll get to it a little bit when we get to Raw.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the cool moments of the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So it kicked off with Rey Mysterio at number 1 and Penta at number 2. Cool duo.
And
now, Penta was the Iron Man of the Rumble.
Right.
He lasted longer than anybody.
This is the first Royal Rumble that started with 2 luchadors.
Luchadors. Yeah, probably.
I think they said that on Raw.
Yeah.
Whenever Penta showed up. But, dude, after this Rumble, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm now like, Penta's probably my top 3 favorite wrestlers right now.
Didn't he just have a dope entrance?
He did.
Holy cow.
And
it's so cool.
You know, his just whole, like, I don't know what it is about him.
It's an aura.
An aura, yeah. Just something about him has really captured me into, like, I want this guy to go places.
Yeah.
This is the Penta era, just like he said on his first...
Penta era.
His first match.
Okay.
On Raw. And, dude, I'm really... They're doing the best with Penta right now. Usually when people, like, let's say Andrade, whenever he came back, let's be honest.
A little slow.
It's slow. Penta, they're booking him spot on so far, in my opinion.
Banger matches after banger matches.
I definitely see Penta going places.
Yeah. Some cool guest appearances included ISHO Speed.
It's supposed to be Akira Tozawa.
This was Akira Tozawa.
But then he got
beat up by Carmelo Hayes.
Beat up. As soon as I saw Carmelo Hayes walk by him, I'm like, okay, he's getting beat up.
Getting beat up.
And then dude.
He eliminated Otis.
He did. He eliminated Queso. Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
Caysen Nat was like, is that Queso?
Is that Queso?
But, dude, yeah. That ISHO Speed, the whole moment there is probably my moment of the match.
And that spear that he took looked nasty.
That
I don't know how his shoes stayed on.
No, that definitely hurt him in real life. Did you see him? Like, he had like a whole bunch of like bruises. And
yeah,
he had did you see like his skin peeled?
Because he kind of took it sideways almost.
Right.
By the time he turned around, Breaker kind of had to veer a little bit to catch him.
That was like a full on just like tackle.
Yeah, that's basically what a spear is. You just tackle him.
That's basically just like me going into the NFL and getting
just taking a hit,
taken out by
on.
Ray Lewis. Like that was just insane. Whenever we talk about how much would you take a chop from Gunther for like $1 million or something like that,
I'd do it for $1 million. Yeah. I'd take one job.
Yes, but
I'd need to rest afterwards.
Yeah, this made me realize like I might need a few weeks afterwards. But
another big appearance was TNA champion Joe Hendry.
Dude, the crowd was hyped. Mm-hmm. I was hyped.
I was expecting this to happen. I was predicting that.
Yeah, you predicted it on the last episode of this. Mm-hmm. Joe Hendry.
We believe.
Sheamus was enjoying him.
Did you see that? Yeah, he was like, I want the concert.
Clapping along and stuff.
We believe in Joe Hendry.
Jacob Fatu attacked him, then Sheamus was like, how come you did that? I was enjoying
the concert.
I thought that was hilarious.
And then the big return that I think maybe you were most excited about.
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. There's a small part of me that thought AJ could win this.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
Dude. I want to see AJ back to where he was before.
And I think I think we may be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for AJ Styles' career. Because I think next year, or is it this year? I think it's next year, is his 10-year anniversary with the WWE.
Right.
2016 was when he came in.
Right.
So maybe he ends it on his 10-year anniversary with the WWE.
I don't know, but
one more title reign.
I think we need one more title reign from him, especially with the work that he's been putting. Do you see how fit he is?
I think Gunther versus AJ Styles could be a banger match.
Yeah.
We already know Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles is a banger.
It makes sense that AJ Styles isn't the main event of WrestleMania, but I definitely want to see a title run from him.
Absolutely. Anything more you want to say about the Men's Royal Rumble? Final two?
I want to talk about CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
Yes. So we have plenty of that. Correct. Good. So, again, star-studded Royal Rumble. You had, like you said, CM Punk. You had Seth Rollins. You had Roman Reigns. One person who did not show up that we actually talked about showing up, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Not there. Interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting. A lot of people, this is what I've seen. A lot of people have been saying that, like, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens should be at the Elimination Chamber, and then Randy Orton and Kevin Owens should be at Mania.
You can maybe do that, especially with what happened recently on Raw. Because you got to keep in mind, it's still over 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like almost 3 months till Mania. We have a long time to build.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 matches with
And if we're
Kevin.
kicking off the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn stuff right now, then if we don't get it till Mania, it's going to drag on.
Right. So, yeah, after he attacked him this recent, which we'll talk about on Raw, I think it's now kind of clear that is a huge possibility.
And it's in Canada, I think.
Right.
Which is where both men, so I think that's probably the perfect spot for this.
Yeah. So,
I think you might be right. And then they do Kevin Owens and Randy Orton one-on-one.
Yeah, whenever I saw that, I was like, that makes so much sense. We talked about Sami and Kevin at Mania, which this was
before what happened on Raw.
Right. If this didn't happen on Raw, I would still be on board with that. But with how recent this rivalry just started kicking off, I think that it will be at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Maybe Saturday night's main event.
Drew McIntyre was also in the Rumble, so we got some more Drew McIntyre CM Punk stuff going on there. He's, though, eliminated by Damian Priest.
Right.
I did learn that the elimination, that spot was a little messed up. And I guess the person to blame was the megastar LA Knight. I guess Drew McIntyre was not happy with LA Knight backstage. I guess Drew McIntyre got backstage, voiced his frustrations, and then left the arena before the match was even over. Because he was not very happy. Because it kind of messed up that spot.
What do you think would have happened if he stayed in that match?
If who had stayed in the match? Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, if he was supposed to stay in there.
Well, I don't think he was supposed to stay. He was supposed to get eliminated. But it just didn't go the way it was supposed to.
Gotcha.
Is how that went down. Because I guess LA Knight was in the wrong place at the wrong time, trying to do his thing, and I guess got in the way. But maybe that sets up a match. LA Knight, Drew McIntyre.
I didn't see anything wrong whenever I was watching it.
If you go back and look, you can kind of see LA Knight and Logan Paul are kind of in the way
of what happened.
It's when Damian Priest is eliminating Drew McIntyre. He gets right in the way.
I remember it was Damian Priest.
And if you go back and look, it really throws off that whole spot because the crowd doesn't really react to it. Yeah. Because I think they're still focused on what LA Knight's trying to do.
Right.
I think that's what upset Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I think last but not least we need to talk about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, so that's the big one.
And CM. So we're going to go and say this. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are getting at it. CM Punk eliminated both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Then Punk was kind of taunting a little bit.
And he was eliminated by Logan Paul.
Took advantage, took him out. So all 3 of them are out. All 3 of them are super frustrated with each other.
Yeah. I think Seth Rollins more than anybody, I think.
Yeah, Seth Rollins definitely took the first move of releasing his anger out and curb stomped Roman Reigns.
Almost double. If you really, he doubles. It's both feet. He used both feet to stomp his head into the ground.
And when you think that's over, he decides to do it again on the steps.
And this was after Rollins and Punk are now going at it.
Yeah, Rollins and Punk were going at it. The steps come off. Roman Reigns is there.
Hits him again.
Seth Rollins flips off Paul Heyman and then does it.
I don't know if it was... Do you think this was a heel turn? Yes or no?
After Raw, no.
That's what I was thinking. At the time, I was like, okay, maybe we're going to get some new Seth Rollins. But after what Raw... Again, maybe it's Seth Rollins, like we were talking about Braun Breaker, towing that line. Yeah. In that middle.
I really think that should have been the trigger for heel Seth. Because this is what I'm getting out of this. I'm thinking like maybe some sort of triple threat match at Mania. Or maybe Fatal 4-Way, some other thing. Clearly,
there's not going to be any title involved.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, is that enough for a main event spot? I mean, you would need to do a lot of build up.
Right.
a lot of build up to get that to have that be earned a main event spot.
Right. That I'm just like kind of getting the little grasp of that, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not too sure what the plans are for these three at Mania because let's be honest, those three have got to be in Mania at some place somewhere, especially in those 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how. But with all three of them attacking each other and stuff, and still Roman Reigns and CM Punk were getting a little mad at each other as well, I could definitely see like a triple threat or something like that along the way.
Now, anything else you want to say about that Rumble match?
Nah, I say we go ahead and go to the punishments.
Well, one more thing I want to talk about is the press conference after John Cena.
Yeah.
The message a different side of John Cena we've never seen before.
Yeah.
He's saying he deserves it after what he's done for the company. He deserves to be in the Elimination Chamber. And he enters himself in without having to win a qualifying match or anything like that.
I think he has a kind of point.
He's got a point.
But
what he's done for this company.
He was just talking about at Monday Night Raw about how he's got to earn his way to the title picture.
It definitely seemed like an uncharacteristic trait of John Cena.
It kind of seemed like it was more based off of something that was going on outside of WWE. I just don't really agree with the decision to having them just go ahead and go in and not fighting for it.
I would have loved to have him had a match on Raw or something and do, even if it's not a crazy match, a quick main event, win it. He's in the match. We're good to go.
Do you think that John Cena is going to be the one winning the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah,
I think
because Cody Rhodes and John Cena is money.
Yeah, I just really think that like maybe. And
I know you're not. I know you're probably not happy that both chamber matches are contender matches.
Yeah, I don't like that. I was going to just leave that out the window because I kind of expected that, but. I don't know if John Cena's for sure winning, but we do need to see like the other contenders in the match because we have John Cena and CM Punk so far.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing we'll get a contendership match on Friday Night SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming we're getting both Raw and SmackDown people in the chamber matches. I would assume.
Kind of
like they did last year.
Because Jey Uso is most likely going after Gunther and CM Punk being in the match.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Not 100%.
If Jey Uso is going after Cody Rhodes, that would just be really weird.
But that'd be maybe a good time for Cody to turn. Cody would have to turn heel to make that match worth it.
If that match, it has to be heel Cody. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to punishment time.
Punishment time. Let's see if my stuff's even... Okay.
All right, start screen recording.
Let me get off. Yeah. Screen recording.
Read off the punishments just real quick, just so we know.
All right, it's recording now. All right. We got our usuals. Mm-hmm. The essay. New decorations. Sprite challenge. Wax. Roast. No talking. Slap. Speech. And a new addition just because I pre-ordered this game. I can't play 2K for a month after it's released.
Now here's remember, Caysen lost. I don't got to do any of these.
So basically, if I get the 2K one, the game comes out, I can't play it
for a month.
Which means the dreams of somewhat keeping up with my faction are out the window.
Oh, yeah. If you don't play within the first month, you can't keep up.
Yeah. Which, by the way, as soon as I heard my faction was in it, I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, nobody plays. I don't know anybody that plays it. I don't know. All right, Caysen. Let's spin that wheel. What's it going to be? Ooh.
Speech. No!
Wait, what is it?
No. No. Dude. No. Dang it. I pre-ordered the game, dude.
What are the odds? 1 out of whatever that. I mean, yeah, that's the odds. Oh man.
Is there a way I can opt out of doing these predictions and then never mind.
How does it feel?
I'm mad. I was about to cuss. Dude. All right.
Let's move on to Raw.
I'm not talking for the rest of this podcast. That's my
All right,
strike.
Raw from February 3rd. Jey Uso comes out, basically celebrates an emotional Jey Uso, crying, interrupted by Gunther. Gunther tells Jey Uso he's not interested in facing him at WrestleMania. He's already beat him.
I get where Gunther's coming from, dude.
But I think it's going to be Jey Uso and Gunther.
Gunther.
I don't think it's going to be the... You can call it a main event match. I don't think it's going to be the main event.
I think it'll be the main event just one of the nights.
I don't.
Well,
I think it's going to open the show. I doubt it'll main event the night. I really doubt it.
I thought the whole thing about Royal Rumble is like, whoever wins the Rumble is the main event.
I wish it was, but no. There's been many cases where they haven't. When Sheamus won the Royal Rumble and he went and faced Daniel Bryan at Mania.
It won in like 2 seconds?
I think it was 18 seconds, yeah. They opened the show. When Edge won the Royal Rumble the first time, and back in 2010, it was like midway through the show. He got his match.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes, yeah, it is. Like Cody Rhodes, yeah. But that's because he's going against Roman Reigns. Roman's going to be in the main event, right?
Yeah.
I doubt it'll be the main event, though. I think it'll open the show, and I think it'll be a banger opener. I think it's a really good opener, but I don't think it'll main event. First match of the night, Penta defeating Ludwig Kaiser. You like Penta?
Yeah. I've already said everything I need to say about him. But I think he's a DLC, right?
I hope so.
I think it'll be a
cool.
DLC.
Chad Gable says he's got to go learn the secrets of Lucha Libre somewhere. I don't know where he's going because he's leaving the American Made,
which is
for
very
right now.
Interesting.
American Made, he's trying to get him a title shot, tag team. He wants Ivy to be Intercontinental Champion by the time he gets back. I don't see it happening, but you never know.
Useless.
Rhea Ripley demanded that Charlotte Flair challenge her. I really hope it's Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. I'm saying that right now.
Okay.
Flair and Stratton.
I agree. I'm going to say what I think.
Yeah, I'm curious who you think, because I don't really have an idea of who Rhea should face at Mania.
I do.
All right, let me hear it.
Well, let's go with the... you'll see.
Okay.
Let's go with these matches.
Okay. All right, so we got The New Day defeating Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
With the interference of Logan Paul.
Logan Paul
and Rey Mysterio are going to be in the contendership
and
match.
I don't see Logan Paul losing that match.
Yeah, I agree.
Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky via disqualification because Rhea Ripley accidentally hit Liv Morgan.
Which means Liv Morgan is in the Elimination Chamber. And Io Sky isn't.
Is not.
Here's my prediction. Io Sky is going to be in a second chance match.
I agree.
And I think Io Sky is going to win that match. And I think that Io Sky is going to win the Elimination Chamber match.
Man.
And I think that Io Sky is going to put her focus on Rhea Ripley because of what Rhea Ripley did to her here.
Now, what do you do with Liv Morgan then, though? She has, I feel like, earned a spot at Mania, a prominent spot.
That's fair.
After what she's done this special. I think the Women's World Championship match should be a multi-women match. Maybe triple threat, maybe fatal four-way, however they want to do it.
If that's the case, how is she going to punch her ticket into that match?
Maybe Liv just demands it. Maybe she just makes...
But she won't win the Elimination Chamber match.
Or maybe Liv Morgan wins the chamber match. Io Sky does not get a second chance match. Io Sky comes out, hey, you cheated me out of that match. I deserve to be in the Women's World Championship match at Mania.
And let's say...
After what you did to me, you like, what is the word I'm looking for?
You cheated me.
You cheated me. Like you
owe me.
You owe me that. Yes.
Yeah. I think that she'll get if that's the case, then maybe she'll get one more match of Liv Morgan. Maybe if she wins it, she's in the match.
She's in the match. Something like that. Maybe she just has to beat Rhea Ripley.
I think Io Sky deserves to be in the championship picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Seth Rollins tried to help hype up Sami Zayn for his match because he was saying CM Punk does not take you seriously. He doesn't think you're in his league.
And he also talked about how Sami Zayn also does not like Punk as well.
No, Punk and Sami have their own issues. It seems to be a recurring theme with people in WWE having issues with Punk. Go figure.
I mean...
But it did fire Sami up, and Sami gave it his best shot.
Sami did pretty good.
Got pretty close.
Yeah.
But no cigar. CM Punk wins and is entered in the match. And the two first men in the men's chamber match, John Cena and CM Punk.
It's looking good, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking really good.
And then if our theory is correct, I'm assuming we're going to get Logan Paul. So then you got Punk, Cena, and Paul.
Now, SmackDown, who do you think could, get in a qualifying match?
I mean, I'm assuming Damian Priest is going to be there.
I think...
Drew McIntyre.
I think AJ Styles is also a clear contender as well.
Now, I think it was announced AJ Styles is going to be on Raw because of the transfer portal.
Right. Okay, then.
And Drew McIntyre, I believe, is going to be going over to SmackDown.
So, one brand is going to have more matches than the other.
Unless AJ Styles isn't in the match.
Right.
Now, okay, let's go with the thought, what if it's 3-3?
Okay.
So, we have our theory on who our 3 from Raw is going to be. Who do you think on 3 on SmackDown is going to be? I think Damian Priest has got to be in there.
Yeah.
And I think Drew McIntyre's got to be in there. Maybe LA Knight? I think it's time to start pushing him. And I'll say that once you give your 3 predictions.
Okay,
on the
so...
SmackDown side.
What was the first 2 you said? Because I completely agree.
Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest.
Yeah, I agree with those. The last one, though, I don't know.
Jacob Fatu, I think is
That's a good
you could
one.
Throw him in there.
Jacob Fatu.
And man, would he be good in a chamber match.
Yeah.
Oh, would he be good. Imagine him doing a moonsault from the top of the pod.
I'm going to say Jacob Fatu.
Over LA Knight, probably. And maybe
Yeah.
that's the qualifying match, is LA Knight. What do we do with LA Knight going forward? I'm still in the LA Knight hype train. I'm still for it. And I don't think things are going to happen for LA Knight unless the crowd demands it. I don't think the backstage are going to make the decision and pull the trigger unless the fans make him undeniable. And I hope we do.
Maybe instead of Damian Priest, you put LA Knight in there.
I think Drew McIntyre and LA Knight could be a really cool rivalry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe LA Knight cost the match for Drew McIntyre somehow, some way.
Something like that, yeah.
In his qualification match or something. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. Yeah. After the Rumble, I really don't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do with himself. However, after the match between Punk and Zayn, Punk wins.
Kevin Owens
beats
up Sami Zayn.
Punk is trying to, congratulations to Sami Zayn, you heck of a try.
One thing that's really interesting to me is Punk did not help Sami at all after Kevin Owens went in there.
No. Well, was Punk kind of taken out a little bit?
No, I think Punk was just walking back.
Yeah.
And as he was walking back, that's when Kevin Owens hit it. Which really kind of, I was like, wait, where's Punk right now? Because on SmackDown, Punk was talking to Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I do think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I think at an Elimination Chamber will be a good match. Especially since it's in Canada.
Yeah.
Mania, I think Owens and Orton will be good. But then what do you do with Sami Zayn come Mania? I don't know.
There's too many people to fit into.
It's so much. Well, that's why we have 2 nights.
Yeah.
It's so hard to fit people in. The only thing I can think of is to have a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship and have him in there. Multi-man ladder match.
I could definitely see the Intercontinental Championship being a multi-man match of some sort.
Now, Sami Zayn, could you put him in a program with the whole Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk? Make that fatal 4-way?
Well, Sami is still acknowledging his tribal chief.
We acknowledge our tribal chief.
And Sami also kind of made up with Punk a tiny bit at the end of their match.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think.
Let's move on to NXT. Stephanie Valkyrie defeating JC Jane.
Yeah.
She's looking to get a match against Fallon Henley for the Women's North American Championship. And then here's probably my favorite thing of the night. So Lexis King is out there bragging about being the Heritage Cup champion. Who is he interrupted by? None other than TNA's own JDC, a.k.a. Fandango. Who expected this?
I don't know. Dalen, one of my roommates, was like, Fandango might be my favorite wrestler now. I'm like,
Dude.
what?
Fandango. Dude, I think that may be the biggest pop he's ever gotten in his life.
I mean...
And well-deserved. I mean, he's killing it over on TNA.
Yeah.
Were you not a big Fandango fan?
No, I just don't understand I think Dalen just said that to be stupid, though.
Remember him and Tyler Breeze? I think that they were hilarious. Breezango.
Their
the fashion police.
Yeah, their police gimmick is probably my favorite.
I thought it was so
thing.
funny. And I hope...
Those skits that they did.
Because Tyler Breeze does some work with NXT, like coaching and stuff. You could do a reunion there for NXT, have a little fun there. But Fandango comes out, everybody's chanting welcome back, and he challenges Lexis King to a Heritage Cup match next week.
Do you think Fandango should get that win?
Probably, I would love for him to get the win. I don't think he's going to get the win. But I think it's going to be a banger match.
If Fandango can get back up, I think he could be a big NXT star. Who knows?
Hey, everybody deserves a second chance.
Especially Fandango.
Fandango. I remember when he debuted. Back, what was it, 2013.
Dang.
His first match on the main roster was against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. And he won. Fandango defeated Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Man, what happened?
It was crazy. Biggest upset, I think, still in WrestleMania history.
One of the biggest.
Fandango defeating Chris Jericho. Ridge Holland defeated Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Izzy Dame tried to come out and cost Holland in the match, tried to help Stacks, kind of like she did when she helped Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, though. She was caught. Ridge Holland took advantage and won the match. Sol Ruka and Zarya defeating Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. Sol Ruka and Zarya, potential big team there.
Yeah.
Sol Ruka, I think, still has one of the coolest finishers, the Soul Snatcher. I think it's still super cool. Bayley and Roxanne Perez get into a heated exchange, war of words. Charlotte Flair returns to NXT to confront the NXT Women's Champion, Julia, who came out. So all these women are now yelling at each other back and forth. Obviously, I don't think Charlotte Flair is going to choose Julia. However, if you remember the last time Charlotte Flair won the Rumble, and keep in mind, Charlotte Flair is now the first woman to win 2 Royal Rumbles. Her champion of choice was the NXT champion, which was Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand why you would choose the NXT champion as the champion of choice for Mania, but whatever. It was the COVID WrestleMania, so that was a weird time. But I don't see her choosing Julia.
Oh, not at all.
However, Cora Jade comes out and ambushes Bayley, Perez, and Julia. Interesting that she tried to take out Perez, her friend, supposedly. Cora Jade trying to finally make a name for herself, trying to say, it is my time now. And I think she's going to end up being added to that Vengeance Day matchup. Make it a fatal 4-way.
That would be sick.
Carmen Petrovic defeated Kalani Jordan after Jordan made Carmen tap out. However, she refused to let her go. So the ref had no choice but to reverse his decision.
Dang.
Is this heel Kalani Jordan? It's a different vibe than what we're used to.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Very interesting. A-Town Down Under defeated Obafemi and Trick Williams. You knew they weren't going to get along.
Yeah.
You knew they weren't getting along. And sure enough, Eddie Thorpe got involved, and Obafemi just let it happen. They lost the match, and then Eddie Thorpe beat down Trick Williams.
So I think we're going to get an Eddie Thorpe and Trick Williams rivalry.
Do you think it's going to happen at Vengeance Day? And then we keep...
I don't know.
No, because I don't think
I think
having
we need more-
Obafemi versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in triple threat is going to be enough. You need a good guy in there, right?
I think we need a more build up for Ethan. I mean,
Eddie Thorpe.
Eddie Thorpe. Then
Do you think they're going to make it a 5-man? No?
I don't know.
What do you think? Well, is Trick Williams going to get added to it?
I don't know, man.
So is it just going to be a triple threat?
I don't
You think
know.
you think Obafemi versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller?
I don't know, man. It's
You got to throw Trick, right? You got to throw Trick Williams in there.
a fatal 5-way would be.
I think that's maybe the way they're going to go.
They might go that way. Because I definitely don't want to see just A-Town Down Under against Obafemi. That's kind of
I do
dumb.
hope we see a turn, and I hope Austin Theory stands up to Grayson Waller and turns on him.
On NXT, though?
Or maybe this plants the seeds,
Yeah.
and we start.
I
seeing-
definitely want to see that on, like, SmackDown, where they're supposed to be.
Well, they're going to be on Raw now.
Oh, really?
Raw on Netflix. Yeah, they were in the transferred over.
That's hilarious how they call this thing the transfer portal, by
Transfer
the way.
portal. They rip off so many things.
I know.
I'm for it though.
It's
I'm for it. I think
hilarious.
it's funny.
All right.
So that's everything.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk a little bit. So we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right now, just quick, what is your predictions for Mania? Just off the top of your head. You don't have to go everything, but just some of your big predictions, matchups.
Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, I think, is a huge possibility. Mm-hmm. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton,
I think that match would be amazing.
Jey Uso and Gunther. Possibly Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
I really hope. Oh, man.
That would be.
Because you got to have something for John Cena's last WrestleMania. And him going for what, is it his 17th?
Imagine the pop if John Cena got his 17th
And
championship.
I think Charlotte Flair is also going for her 17th World Championship.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Both people get 17 on the same night.
Tag team wise, not too sure at all. Maybe New Day gets involved some way.
Yeah. Again, you got a lot of teams to try and get on that match card. The only thing I can think of is a multi-team match, whether that be maybe a fatal 4-way tag team match or a ladder match.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I think that for United States and Intercontinental Championship, there's so many possibilities, and I can't make a prediction for that yet.
Because you got Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I also Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, I think, is going to be.
I think they'll add Liv Morgan. I think it'll be a triple threat match.
Okay.
But like Bayley, do you throw Bayley in there?
With her stuff going NXT, I'm not too sure.
Hey, she's got that Pete Dunne effect though.
She does have the Pete Dunne effect.
She's wanting that Pete Dunne money.
Do you think that she will be in the Elimination Chamber, maybe? Bayley?
Yeah, I could see her being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax going one
I
on one.
think for this Mania, we're really focusing on like titles and stuff, but we also need to focus on just rivalries.
That's what I was gonna say. We've gotten to the point where I'll say it right now. I do not think every championship is going to be featured at Mania.
I don't think that the Women's
There's-
United States Championship should.
I think it should, but it's Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
If she's still the champion at that point, you got to have Chelsea Green on there.
Now, Intercontinental Championship.
Intercontinental,
definitely not,
maybe you could.
because
I think they're not doing anything
what
right
they're
now.
doing with Lyra Valkyria kind of sucks.
Yeah,
That's what I was worried about.
because
she got a
when
chance.
Chelsea Green won the title, they ran with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that first Friday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they had a whole segment made.
I think-
and she was killing it.
I'm gonna go with this. I think it should be Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Ooh,
That's just throwing it out there.
Chelsea Green against her Secret Hervis.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that? Is that like
I would
too
love-
crazy?
I don't know. Again, I don't know. I would love a ladder match. Because I think Chelsea Green makes ladder matches fun. Remember that Money in the Bank match?
Yeah.
She was killing it.
I think we're having too many multi.
But it's hard.
person
It's hard to
matches.
get everybody on there. But I don't know.
I think maybe we could have Drew McIntyre in the Fatal 4-Way with Rollins, Punk,
Possibly,
and
but not
Roman.
if he's going over to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think Drew McIntyre and LA Knight could be a cool, especially after what happened at the
Yeah.
Rumble. I think Drew McIntyre and LA Knight could be a really cool match, and I think it'd be good for LA Knight as
we
well.
are super early right now to where
Not typically. Usually WrestleMania is in very early April.
yeah.
And so now, because usually at this point we're like, all right, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah.
But we still have almost 3 months before Mania.
So I still think that, like...
I love how you're still holding the mic like Xavier Woods.
I think the New Day should be in it, man.
Ooh, and I hope they beat the War Raiders for the tag titles at Mania.
I think New Day deserves the championships.
Because New Day rocks.
New Day rocks.
Or what if they win the tag team titles before Mania? Maybe on a Raw, maybe at Elimination Chamber, whenever. And they have a tag match. And they get costed by Big E.
I don't know, man.
I think that would make for a good WrestleMania moment.
It would.
And maybe it's to help a team that really deserves it. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Axiom and Nathan Frazer.
Ooh. Money. Money.
I think they deserve it, man.
Dude, I love Nathan Frazer and Axiom.
I think both of them deserve to go
they
into
are
the main roster.
so good.
They deserve it.
Yeah, I think they're ready. And I think you should keep them as a team. I think they're so good.
Yeah.
Insanely good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe Chad Gable does something. Maybe he finally wins the Intercontinental Championship like he deserves so much.
I do think the Intercontinental Championship will be more than one person.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, that should be the case.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that deserve to be in that title picture.
Absolutely.
And there's so many people on Raw that deserve to be in Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely see that.
Yeah.
And then United States Championship, I have not the slightest clue. I think we'll get some sort of clue at SmackDown.
Yeah. I think it's time we kind of start cooking with the United States Championship and Shinsuke Nakamura. Get him doing some things.
Because I think Shinsuke should hold this thing for some bit. Mm-hmm. I think.
And we talked about what does AJ Styles do at Mania?
Maybe him and Shinsuke Nakamura.
He's on SmackDown. AJ Styles is now on Raw.
I keep thinking. You're right.
Now, AJ Styles versus Braun Breaker I think would be a dope match. I think that'd be super cool. Imagine like AJ Styles going for a phenomenal form and gets caught by Braun Breaker's spear. Kind of like we did with Edge when he wrestled him.
I mean, we got to remember, Alexa Bliss is back.
Oh, Alexa Bliss is back. Then we got Uncle Howdy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What are we thinking about?
I don't know what to do, man.
There's too many people. There's not... People are just going to have to understand not everybody's going to be able to be on the card. It's just... Yeah. And we can't do 3 nights.
There's going to be, like... Some people will be like, how dare we not have this person on here? I'm like, there's so much that we can.
Think what they do, and they do this a lot, is when they know they're not going to be able to feature everybody on a PLE card, they do some of those big matches on the SmackDown, on the Raw. Kind of like how we got, remember Uncle Howdy and we had him and Chad Gable on, Raw.
Yeah.
We have had big tag team championship matches on the Raw or on the SmackDown.
I think we either settle it on Saturday Night's Main Event.
You could do another Saturday Night's Main Event to kind of get some stuff off the card.
Just like you said, on Raw and SmackDown.
Because, don't you think, shouldn't Jacob Fatu be somewhere on there? I mean, he has made some waves over this past year.
Yeah.
How can he not be on SmackDown? Jimmy Uso, what do you do with him? I mean, Jay obviously is already going to be there.
Do you think Jimmy will be involved in Jay's match, maybe?
I think he could maybe come out and celebrate with him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to come out and, cost Gunther the match. No, I do think Jey Uso is going to win.
I think so too.
And I think he needs to win clean, kind of like Sami Zayn last year. I think Sami Zayn needed to defeat Gunther clean.
Yeah, dude.
But man, I was honestly hoping Goldberg and Gunther were going to go down at Mania.
I did too.
And have Gunther win, but that be Goldberg's big retirement match.
You know what would be crazy if Brock Lesnar came back for Gunther?
I don't see it happening.
I want it to happen.
I don't see it happening.
But I don't see it happening, yeah.
Because, Brock Lesnar and Gunther,
that's a dream match.
Man, money.
Dream match right
money.
there. But, yeah, I think that's all we got to cover.
Yeah.
I think we'll get way more accurate predictions.
We're going to start cooking.
Next 2 weeks, maybe?
Give us, within a month, we'll have, by next month, we'll be like, all right, Mania's starting to look a little clearer now.
Yeah. New Day rocks.
All right, get us out of here.
And the punch meal sucks.
Oh, he doesn't get to play 2K for a month after it releases.
I'd rather do one of those other things 3 times.
You know, he's the one that wanted to put that on there. I told him he didn't have to do it.
Because I thought it wouldn't have happened. I really didn't think that was going to...
He wanted to do it.
I just want to add more things to the punishment rule, man.
True. If you got ideas, let us know.
Because these people ain't giving us ideas. I'm blaming this on the people.
Whoa!
I'm
You, the people, give us some ideas. Realistic ideas.
I'm trying to heal on y'all. It's your fault.
I think we're at, or just at, 115 subscribers on the YouTube. And what do I always say?
It starts with 1.
It starts with 1. One
Which
at a
is
time.
One of us.
One of us. Hell yeah.
But anyways, do you want to go ahead and talk about there's a chance we could get a new room?
It's possible. There's a solid chance we could be changing rooms.
It may not be super soon, but it's possible.
It's possible. Maybe within a month or so. We
That'd
might
be
be
really
getting a
sick.
nice room that's dedicated to our production.
So we can actually have like cool...
We can maybe
stuff.
throw up some stuff back there. We'll have all the space.
But we really would like to do it if we just got support, man. You know what I mean? Share this with your friends, man.
All the friends.
All the friends.
All the friends. All the family. All the coworkers.
Yeah.
All the peers.
Yeah.
The teachers.
Yeah.
The coaches.
Yeah.
The lunch ladies.
You can't forget the lunch ladies.
Don't forget the lunch ladies.
And
Where would we be without the lunch ladies?
I don't know.
Starving.
I had to give a tribute speech in my public speaking class. I might have to do it on the lunch ladies.
It's gonna be a lunch lady land.
Top 3 reasons lunch
Bro,
ladies.
That's what you should give the speech on, is why lunch ladies are the GOAT.
Yeah. I might have to do that. That would be so funny.
So funny. And how can you disagree with it?
I mean, how can my
There's a lunch ladies.
It's for college credit, too. And I think my teacher is chill enough to say, yeah, do it.
You could ask her, be like, hey, kind of have a... we'll talk about it after. Once we close up the podcast.
I was going to do it about my car.
Oh, lame. No,
Shout out to my car.
The lunch ladies.
Yeah, lunch ladies is better. But yeah, thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for just being here and listening to 2 idiots talk to each other. And
Me? Am I idiot number 1 or idiot number 2?
Which one do you prefer?
I want to be idiot number 1.
Okay, I'm idiot number 2.
Okay.
We're stupid idiots.
Stupid idiots.
If you get that reference, put it in the comments.
They get it.
Surely they get it.
Surely they get it.
All right, we love y'all. See y'all. Hope you have a good one. And
Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith.
that hurt my back. See you on the next one.